Greetings, courageous, powerful, and brilliant women. My name is Liddell Lewis, and I'm the managing editor for Courageous Women magazine, as well as a likability expert. Don't you like me? Thank you for coming out for the Empower Players Conference titled Write the Vision. You may wonder, what's Courageous Women magazine? It's your magazine. Courageous Women magazine is an inspirational publication that highlights extraordinary women. We provide a platform to help women promote their brand, their business, their services, and their books. No gossip, no foolishness, just strictly helping other women. So if you would like more information, please contact us at information or info at courageous.com. So this conference, we're talking about empower players. What is an empower player? An empower player is an authentic, confident, driven woman who is dedicated to using her platform to inspire, educate, and empower others. In short, empowered women empower other women in word as well as in deed. So we have some women that took the time out today to empower you. First up, we have Altovise Pelzer, the tech guru whose mission is to unmute the voice of over 2,000 women in 2020. She has the Speak Easy podcast and the World Voice League. So each woman whose voice is heard impacts not only her, but it also impacts other women. So although it took Altovise 8 years to publish her first book, boy, did it impact some lives. She became the inspiration of many women to overcoming homelessness, molestation, divorce, fear, and many other setbacks. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our courageous woman and power player, Altovise Pelzer.
Hey guys, Altovise here, your voice manager. I'm super excited to be speaking on this Empower Players platform. Why? Because right now, more than ever, is the time that we need that inspiration and that support. And I'm excited to tell my story simply because I've been where you are. Uh, I know a lot of you did not see 2020 looking the way it looks right now. And so in 2015, I said that 2016 was going to be my year. It was going to be the year where I published books and I spoke on stages. Mind you, I'm an introvert, but it was going to be my breakout year. And December 31st of 2015, I was evicted from my home. Definitely not a good start to January 1st of 2016. But guess what? There was something different. There was something that shifted, and I'm excited to share with you what did. And there's a reason why I titled my message Become Hashtag Unmuted. It's because I want you to just listen to my story. I want you to take action. I'm all about taking action. The information is great, but taking action allows you to shift some things within your own business and life. Listen, it's time for you to take action. And so that means that I want you to put hashtag unmuted when you take action on one of the three major tips that I'm going to give you today. So remember, 2015, evicted with 4 children, teenagers, and trying to figure it all out. But guess what? There was a shift. On January 1st, I had already made plans to take a flight somewhere. And normally I would have went ahead and had a pity party. Nothing ever works right for me. Nothing ever goes well. And I just would have shut completely down. How many of you can raise hands. Matter of fact, I won't even tell your business. I'll just tell mine. I've had a couple of times where I've kind of shut down in moments where it seemed like there was chaos and nothing was going right, because we kind of just say, you know what, let me just stay with myself and just let it blow by. I'm telling you, sis, this is not the time for you to let it blow by. Why? Because we are creatives. And with that being said, listen, I've seen some things going on in the news where literally women have been using maxi pads as masks. So, sis, I don't know about you being that creative, but I definitely want you to put that creative hat on as we're talking and as you're listening to some of the sessions throughout the day, because I want you to get back to that place where you loved what you do. Now, with that being said, I go ahead, January 1st, I take my first flight, no problems. My layover, I realized that there's no group number on my ticket. Now, I'm an introvert, and introverts think more than we speak. That means we also come up with some kind of creative ideas and storylines within a matter of moments. So in my mind, I was getting arrested and the TSA were going to tackle me. I wasn't near home. Nobody was going to know where I was. Like, I just, a whole storyline Netflix special came through my mind. But I go over to the booth, I let them know, I hand them my ticket, and they said, no problem, just go in with group 2. You know what? You're the boss. I'm going to follow what you said. And so I go ahead, they call group 2, and I get in line. I'm standing in line with my bags, and they call my name over the loudspeaker. Immediately, I believe TSA is somewhere about to tackle me. Immediately. But I said, you know what? Let me go ahead over to the booth. And when I go to the booth, they hand me a first class ticket. I was upgraded. Definitely something interesting in that, because it means that if we push a little further, sometimes there's an upgrade waiting for us, but we never see it or even know about it until we have that push. So that leads me to the first tip that I have for you guys. It's take bold action. That going and actually taking the flight was a bold action for me. And for somebody else, they may say, well, no, it's not that bold of it. It just took a flight. No, for my story in my life, that was becoming unmuted. I was stepping outside of my comfort zone. So I know many of you right now, 2020 does not look the way you put it on paper at January 1st or when you did your vision board, but you still have an opportunity to take a bold action. Why is that? You're in a perfect playing field because everybody's in the same boat as you. So guess what? Bold action in this time looks completely different than what it would have looked at 6 months ago. Bold action is going live. Bold action is doing a dance with your kids. Bold action can mean anything right now because the playing field has been leveled. So think about what's that bold action that you can take. Like, don't just take bold action. I mean, like 24 hours, take bold action. What's something you can do within the next 24 hours that can ignite something new, that can allow you to enjoy your business, your brand, your family, your spouse? Because listen, some of y'all ain't spent this much time with your spouse in a long time, but that's okay. It's your time to become unmuted and get back to showing up and showing out. So taking that bold action is very important. What's that bold action that you're going to take? How is that going to affect you? You never even know. But guess what? It's important to take it. Now that also takes me to, number 2, which is I got to take some wisdom and information. Now, we are in a moment where information is given. Access has been granted. I know if you would have talked to me maybe like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I would have told you, listen, baby girl, you can get any information. Uncle Google is a snitch. He tell it all. He's like the drunk uncle at the cookout that we all wish we could have right now. But he's like the drunk uncle at the cookout. YouTube will give you all types of detail and insight. You can learn anything. But learning it from Uncle Google and Aunt YouTube didn't always give you the full advantage. You're in the perfect time to learn from the experts. I don't know about y'all, but just a few weeks ago, I danced with Debbie Allen. True True. I did. And although we were not in the same room and she was streaming live, I felt like I had accomplished something amazing because I was learning from an expert. So I want to say this to you. I want to give this disclaimer. Learn from an expert. Find someone who's at the point of where you're trying to go and follow that person. But please, please make sure that you are putting yourself in a position to connect with somebody has been where you are. That makes the most difference because their journey is going to look a little more similar to yours. Hey, a single woman with children, a married woman with children will all look at finances in a different way. Am I right or am I wrong? So find that wisdom and information that's going to work right for your journey. Take action on it. Don't just write down the notes, because I know we get comfortable in just writing the notes, but take action on it. Because guess what? You have the perfect time to get in front of whoever and wherever you wanted to go and be. This is your moment. Now, here it goes down to, I got to take inventory. Now, this is going to be a hurtful one. And I do this to my team and to my clients at the beginning of the year, every year. Some of y'all may need to do a purge. I know you want to hold on to your favorite mug, and I know you want to hold on to the 1,000 books that you have, but Queen, I need us to be able to take action. And if reading books is going to be the action that you're going to take, we have to really look and say, are we going to read all these books that we have? Or is there someone we may be able to bless them with? Is this the extra revenue that we may need at this time? So really taking that moment and doing some inventory and saying, what do I have in my hand? What do I have to offer the world? What do I already know? What can I already do? Can I tell you something? I have seen some queens really rise up to another standard in this time, making face masks, baking and cooking. And listen, you want to know why Uber and DoorDash and all of these delivery services are making so much money right now? Because there's a lot of people that don't normally cook. So Queen, if you cook, there's somebody looking for you right now. If you bake, oh Queen, if you bake, come on, banana nut bread, message me. Because guess what? What you have is valuable, but sometimes we have to do inventory of what we really have to see the value before we can offer it up to someone else. So take inventory, take information and wisdom, take a hold of it. It's being given to you. But here's the last piece, and this is the bonus that I have for you. Number 4, don't take it personal. Right now, we're in a weird space. Things are going to happen. Things don't always flow the way we want it to flow. Don't take it personal. This is that moment where you create your own peace. You create your own joy. And so if somebody says no to you in this season, don't take it personal. If somebody says that your services are too expensive, don't take it personal. Listen, there's somebody out there that needs you for you. Whether your course is $100 or $10,000, there's somebody that literally is looking for you. Ask me how I know. I'm still getting people who are calling. I'm still getting people who are messaging me in a moment where the world is kind of on pause, right? when a moment comes that shifts you, sometimes it's in that moment that you find your stance. You become unmuted. Because guess what? When you find your stance as a courageous woman, when you find your stance, you impact another courageous woman. And so I need you guys to really have that understanding. If I would not have taken that stance in 2016, January 1st, guess what? I wouldn't be here. In the midst of being homeless, I published the first book. And in 4 years, I've published and co-authored a total of 15. Talk about being unmuted. 15 books in 4 years, but it took me 8 years to write the first book. Becoming unmuted may be writing the book. It may be you speaking on stages, even virtually, because guess what, Queen? Virtual stages are a thing. It could be you just writing your story out so you can go through some healing. Whatever that looks like for you, own it. Become unmuted. Be loud. Be boisterous. Because your voice was meant to impact somebody in the world. And so out of all of the books, it's interesting because It's Okay to Cry was the first one. And man, I fought on the title. I fought on what the cover was going to look like. I was fighting against myself and what I thought I could actually achieve. Here's why I'm telling you it's important for you to become unmuted. When I published my first book, It's Okay to Cry, first of all, in my mind, I said, who wants to talk about crying? That's not a topic or a title that people are interested in. And then I was live streaming. Those of you who do not know, yes, the introvert was live streaming on Periscope one morning, 6:15 in the morning. And someone came on and they were in California. I'm on the East Coast and they were West Coast. So it was 3 hours earlier. And it just so happened to be up, I think because like the kitten got stuck underneath the sink, like crazy, right? And we were just talking about relationships and reconnecting with people and why we've been distant from people. And we were talking about being molested and things of that nature. And here it is, this woman that I can't see her face. What's the one thing that she puts into the comments? I just started to cry. She said, and I'm thinking about it and thinking back through this whole situation, that's the one thing I never did. Talk about confirmation. So I guess the title was all right. I guess the title was all right. We don't know who we're meant to help. Even when we start out thinking we're going to help one demographic, we don't know who we're going to help. Becoming unmuted is not being stuck in a straight line journey. I can honestly say that there has been no straight lines in this journey. A couple corners I think I passed a few times. Becoming unmuted is about seeing the true you and presenting it to the world. So I went from It's Okay to Cry as my first book, and then Divorce, Suddenly Single Moms as book number 15. In between there, I was in a book collaboration called Speak Up, where Dr. George Fraser did our foreword and Les Brown did the afterword. I did my own anthology, A Stage of Their Own, where I brought together, oh my goodness, several different people from all walks of life to talk about creating a movement from their pivotal moments. You are valuable. Your time, your words, your money. You are valuable. And so, Queen, I need you to rise up and become #unmuted. I need you to rise up and show the world that you are #unmuted. Because guess what? It doesn't matter what happened before today. Queen, you have today. Let's break out. With that being said, I appreciate you guys so much. And I want to do something very special for you. For the first 20 people that sign up for a power session with me, I want to show you how you can use what you already have right now to become unmuted. That's right. No having to do anything extra just yet. But I want to show you, queen, entrepreneur, speaker, author, yes, single mom, married, whatever. I want to show you how you can become unmuted, even in a time where people feel as though they have no voice. They feel as though they can't come out the house. They feel as though all of their plans for this year have been canceled. I want to show you a strategy for becoming unmuted in 2020. So if you go to bit.ly/talk2Altovise, you can sign up for your power session. Now listen, don't think that just because I'm the introvert and I'm the sweet one, that I'm not going to push you. I am a cliff pusher, nicknamed by my clients because I want to see you succeed. And no matter what, that's what this is all about. It's about seeing each other go to another level and not get stuck in where we are. I'm Altovise Pelzer, your voice manager. Queen, rise up and become #unmuted.
Thank you so much, Altovise. Now, I have 2 questions for you. So my first question is, out of 15 books, which one is your favorite and why?
So I'm going to this part. My favorite was the book that I wrote called Plug In. And it was interesting because it's not like a traditional book. It's 25 tips for networking and, a strategy for you to be able to really connect with people. And the reason why it's my favorite is because I am the introvert. Come through, queen. I am the introvert. And so being at home, this whole setup, I am good with it. There is nothing wrong with it at all for me. But I know a lot of other people that wasn't the deal. But also, when I would go to networking events, I would cringe. I hated the idea of handing out 500 business cards or people handing me 500 business cards. They make me itch. And so that was my most fun opportunity to really get out there and say, hey, you really don't have to do it the way everybody else is doing it. Times they have changed it, and we can actually, do something a little different. And so I shared some tips in that book. Simple, like, okay, so I'll share with you guys. See my earrings? So
Beautiful.
I love earrings. And I usually like to do something that's a little bigger, something that stands out a little bit more. Why? Because that's just me. I won't do necklaces like that. I don't do anything else. I have like one ring with my kids' stones in it. That's it. But that's what draws me into conversation. And so I shared it, and I even did a training in Black Speakers Network where I was sharing with them, listen, for women, it's our shoes, sis. Have you seen a woman with a bad pair of shoes on? You ain't got to know where to say, sis, your shoes are giving me, they giving me life right now. It starts a conversation. And so if
Right.
you go to an event, I may not have to hand out 500 business cards. I can start one significant conversation and shift everything. And so for me, I gave them the example where, um, I'm usually the quiet one. Introverts, funny thing about us is we're normally at the back of the room, near the door, so we can make a fast exit. And so I'll go to networking events, and sometimes I'll speak up and talk to people, and other times I'll hang back. And I went to a networking event, spoke, a little bit to a few people I knew.
Hmm.
And a few days later, my name is tagged in a post. Somebody is looking for someone that does stuff with videos. And they said, oh, they knew me. So they said, well, you might want to reach out to Altovise. Now, I was not the first one tagged in the post. I'm like maybe the eighth person that is tagged in the post. But the person said, I remember you. You were at the networking event that we went to a couple months ago.
Right.
Send me your link and your prices. No other discussion. No, we didn't need to get on the phone or anything. And so sometimes it's the little things that we do to stand out that starts conversation and puts us in a place of power. Come through, come through.
All right. All right. Well, how about this? What's next for you?
So what's next for me? Continuing to, of course, unmute the voice of women. We've been on this journey for 2020, sharing the stories of women on the hashtag Speak Easy podcast, on the hashtag Our Voice Matters blog. For March, we were able to share stories from over 25 women from all over the world and that are creating history every single day. Just being that catalyst. I have some more books coming out because I said that I am on a goal to 100 books published. Listen, I'm going to do it different simply because I'm me. And so I have other books that I want to get out there and put into the world because I know with all of the information I've gathered over the years through all my experiences, at some point it can help somebody and it also builds and leaves a legacy.